Hey, I am finally getting around to editing this video diary, and I decided to call it Wintering because it's starting right here in November when I went to Nashville and spans in chronological order all the way up until now, which is, I think the last video was the other day, and today is January 13th, 2026. So I decided to call it Wintering because I definitely feel like I am wintering. We are going to make that a verb. I wanted to read a written submission that I wrote for an indie magazine called Local Wolves, and it's actually going to be featured in their winter issue for 25-26 winter, and the issue was called Metamorphosis, and the written submission that I wrote for them was called Imaginal Cells. I wrote, when I think about metamorphosis, I think that it's not something we have to force or push, but rather this constant state of transformation, of shape-shifting that we are always in. When a butterfly is in chrysalis, it has what are called imaginal cells, which have to believe that they can fly in order for the butterfly to make its transition from caterpillar to its angel-like wings. What has helped me in moments where everything felt as if it was falling apart, especially throughout this year, where I moved across country from Los Angeles to New York City and worked on creative projects that meant so much to me, that all came with their own challenges and unexpectedness. But there was a deep and true trusting in this process of constant change, that we are always where we are supposed to be, like the imaginal cells of the butterfly believing in what they couldn't yet see. It's like a ribbon that's always secretly tying us together. And that was the piece called Imaginal Cells.
Everything falls into place. Grave digger, dirt lifter, don't litter or it hurts. Dust fire, pink marker, villain is James Harden. What's so funny, I don't know. Even from my good side, I don't look right. I hate where my mind goes.
I loved England. I went to Cambridge and got to see my friend Lyndall's hometown, which was very special. I loved cream teas, taking the train. I loved eating scones, which were so different than American scones. And I wasn't expecting them to be soft and amazing, but they were. My birthday was on New Year's Eve, and I turned 26 in London with my friends, which was so amazing. And I completely didn't take any videos when I was in my hometown in Florida during Christmas. So after London, me and my friends split up and I went to Scotland because that was the only part of the UK that I had never been to before, and I have always really wanted to go, so I'm very happy that I went.
Even from my good side, I don't look right. I hate where my mind goes half of the time. Guess we all get older. I don't want to be here if
until the English army made this way across this rickety old bridge, it eventually collapsed.
It was nice to take this space at the beginning of the year to think of some intentions and reflections in my personal life and also in my creative life. Some of the creative intentions I had for 2026 were to keep writing for magazines, release my self-titled album, Samantha Marie, do more live shows, and open for a larger artist, create some sort of film visual for the album, continue painting, collaging, journaling, songwriting, dedicating time to enriching vocal instruments and dance elements, create a physical book that has different elements in it, which I can explain more later in the year, creative fan engagement, and authenticity within media content. I also had some personal intentions for the year, and maybe I'll get to those by the end of the video. Maybe this will inspire an intention that you have, or something that you want to try creatively. We need more art, I always say. Okay, so this was a poem that I wrote titled Shedding, and it is for an independent magazine, which I've been submitting to lately, and it's been challenging, but it's been giving me different creative writing prompts. And anyways, okay, so the poem the poem is called Shedding, and here it is. A seat on the train, going in the opposite direction of where I wanted to go. A rose, taking its time because somehow it knows. Time, weaving things together so that I can be known. Time, weaving things together so that I can let go. Shedding is a poem that is exploring change and transformation in a way that feels almost graceful, something natural. In its process, it can often feel chaotic, as if pieces are falling apart all around us. So writing this poem sort of allowed me to ask the question of, are things falling apart, or are they just falling into place in their own way, just different from what we expected? It seems that everything I've ever let go of has claw marks on them. And the process of shedding skin can oftentimes feel strange and scary, as we don't know what we will look like once we let go of the skin we are shedding. I wanted to touch on the theme of metamorphosis in a way that shows how we transform without it needing to be forced. I wanted to paint a picture of time like a ribbon that secretly ties things we can't see, such as the unknown. And I also wanted to portray a feeling of safety within the chaos of shedding, a deep trusting that we are already everything we want to become.
I
now we are back in New York City, and I honestly can't believe that I am starting off this new year living in New York, because if you would have told me at this time last year that I would be living in New York City, I would not believe you. So it's just crazy how things happen, you know? I wanted to share some of my hopes for 2026. My word of the year was grace. Some hopes that I put were letting go of expectations. Sometimes there are expectations put on us by ourselves and others that I want to let go of. Fall in love again, and this could be a person, a part of myself, something new that I wasn't expecting. I want to explore more of Eastern Europe, different parts of America, and Belgium. I want to learn French and keep reading books. I want to continue to be creative through different mediums. I want to have faith in my music as I share it with the world. I would like to have self-confidence, acceptance, vulnerability, and honesty in relationship with myself and in others. Volunteer in my local Brooklyn community and dedicate time for my meditation and love and kindness practices.